was on radio in Cleveland yesterday, and they asked me, are the Browns better after the draft? I said, every team's better after the draft. They have a new influx of talent. Now they got to figure out what to do with it. And it does create a surplus. Maybe there is somebody you're going to trade, a veteran that you might cut that you can get value for now. So it's all the more reason for the general managers to be talking. They identify their own areas where they have maybe too much, areas where they don't have enough. And over the next few weeks and months, this is where we try to balance it out as we prepare for a 53-man roster. So that is 100% accurate and fair. And as it relates to the Falcons, particularly relevant to what they're going to do about their backup quarterback who doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, no, it's a fascinating situation because, I mean, you look at the league right now and you just go, well, where is he going to go? Tell me where is it go? As Cleveland won. Cleveland had a phenomenal draft. They're a better team, but all we're going to talk about is the quarterback situation. I mean, man, while they're at it, let's just throw Kirk Cousins in there. Let's just see. Let's get 6 of them and just see what happens. I mean, again, that's what I am. I am interested to see where or who makes a play for Kirk Cousins here.
There's no one now.
There's no one right now. I know. So this is an interesting situation. But, yeah, they're kind of stuck in a spot. And like we talked with Cleveland, they had a phenomenal draft. But nobody's going to talk about that right now because there's only one person that gets talked about there, and it's the 5th-round pick. And that's gotten lost in the shuffle. And like you said with Cam Ward, you feel bad for him. You feel bad for the other guys that get drafted by the Cleveland Browns, too, because nobody's talking about them either.
There was a window that may have been open to trade Kirk Cousins when the game of quarterback musical chairs started in mid-March. Cousins was reluctant to waive his no-trade clause because he didn't want to have the same thing happen this year that happened last year. Hey, here I am. I'm the starter. And the new team with their first pick in the draft says, psych, you're not. Or if you are, it's not going to be for very long. So that's fine. But now the window's closed because there isn't a spot. There is no spot. So if you're going to be the backup, just be the backup where you are and make $27.5 million. It's not like he's going to be a problem. It's not like he's going to agitate to be cut or traded. Just show up, do your job, and be ready to go in the event Michael Penix Jr. is injured. And I addressed this yesterday. I always mention Carson Palmer. When he decided he was done with the Bengals, they said, fine, we're not trading you. We're not releasing you. Just stay home. Jason Campbell breaks a collarbone with the Raiders the Sunday before the trade deadline, back when it was week 6, Tuesday after week 6, boom. Bengals get a nice little windfall, and Carson Palmer's playing for the Raiders. Teddy Bridgewater, the horrible knee injury late August of 2016. The Vikings gave up a 1 and a 4 to get Sam Bradford from the Eagles. And I remember Rick Spielman, the GM of the Vikings at the time, saying, no one's shedding any tears for us here. They're putting their thumb on the scale when they know we're desperate. So if you have a team with a starter that gets injured, all of a sudden it's not, well, how much will the Falcons pay of the remaining? No, the new team's paying it all. And the new team is going to be throwing money and draft picks at you to get this done because they are desperate. That's what they should. That's not what they should do. At this point, it's all they can do.
I think so. It's all they can do. Why would Kirk Cousins want to rush the situation and go to some situation where it might not be conducive to him having good success or doing anything like that? He has another, bad stop, goes somewhere, doesn't play good. He will be relegated to backupville and not be a starter again. So that's where I would think he's got to be a little picky and choosy here with the situation overall and where it goes. And I think right now, like you're saying, yeah, that certainly makes sense. Kind of just sit back, kind of review the lay of the land and figure it out a little bit, and maybe some situation like you're talking about arises to where he gets a spot and Falcons get trade acquisitions the right way.
I always shy away from naming names of guys who could get injured that would create an opportunity for another quarterback. But you know what? I don't know why. I mean, if somebody wants to say that I've got some magical power to speak something into existence, good. I want $100 million as well. If Matthew Stafford would suffer a season-ending injury, are the Rams not an obvious candidate?
Definitely,
to
100%.
Call the Falcons?
Right, 100%. Right.
That's an example.
Yes.
Well, if the 49ers lose Brock Purdy, I don't know. Is it Mac Jones? Is it Kirk Cousins? I don't know. they'd probably make the call to see what it would take to get Kirk Cousins, wouldn't they?
It's a fair question. Yeah. I mean, I certainly think so. And again, I don't know if the 49ers would be like, hey, let's go down that road there. But yeah, I think you're right. It's certainly a fair thought to put that out there and wonder if they'd make a call if something had happened. But I like what you said about the Rams. That's certainly 100% agree with you there.
And Matthew Stafford, how old is he? He's always younger than I think, because even though it feels like he's been
37
around
or 36,
forever,
right? I think he's 36.
He was 14 when he was drafted. I think that's what happened. But if Stafford, I mean, it's not like every team would immediately call the Falcons, but there are teams that would call the Falcons if they lose their starting quarterback. And I think the top of the list would be the Rams and Matthew Stafford. And if Matthew Stafford suffers a serious-ending injury, trust me, it's not because I said it on April 30. The Steelers are still a possibility if for some reason Aaron Rodgers changes his mind about playing football at all or playing for the Steelers, although there's no other seats for Rodgers right now. But that's it. And that would assume the Steelers even want him. And that would assume that Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator of Pittsburgh, who just makes a quick phone call to do a little intel, or Mike Tomlin makes a phone call to his good buddy Raheem Morris to get a little intel about Kirk Cousins. Not that necessarily people would want to tell the truth, because the Falcons would probably like to, unload the contract and pick something up. But the Steelers would have to want him over Mason Rudolph. And I don't know that that's the case right now, given what you may have to pay. It's going to be, Chris, the key: desperation. Desperation is what's going to get a trade done on terms the Falcons are happy with. Desperation is going to get them the team that needs a quarterback to pay all or most of that remaining salary. Desperation does not exist now. Desperation could happen at any time between now and, what is it, week 9, the Tuesday after week 9 when the trade deadline arrives.
Right. No, and I think off of that, the desperation and ultimately what would be best for the Falcons and Kirk Cousins is, yes, that it's a team that is good and a team that's going to be desperate to go, wait, we were good. We can win playoff games or go to the Super Bowl, and we don't want just any Joe Schmo leading our team here down the stretch. Let's call Atlanta and do what we got to do, because we are desperate, because we think we're good, and we don't want to lose our chance here to be really competitive in the playoff race or be in the NFC or AFC championship game. That would be the best scenario for the Atlanta Falcons.
You know how the saying goes, desperate times call for guys who don't work on Tuesday.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.